Super Mario Bros. Wonder has been out for a couple of days now, and as you know me, I of course instantly asked the question, can you do blindfolded speedruns of this game? I played a bit casually, checked out the audio design and quickly routed a speedrun for the first world, which means getting 14 Wonder Seeds and then beating the first boss fight. Before we start, I would appreciate if you subscribe to this channel, and these, ladies and gentlemen, are the results I came up with for this game. Alright, first thing off, you can see that I play with Nabbit and not with Mario or Yoshi and whatever other character. The first stage here is literally just hold right until the cutscene starts so I can talk a bit more about the characters actually. So there are two types of characters in Mario Wonder. One that can collect power-ups and take damage, which is all the main cast like Mario, Luigi and stuff. And then there are the special characters like Nabbit, Yoshi and the other colored Yoshis. And the difference is that Yoshi and Nabbit also have different movement. Nabbit can run into enemies without getting knocked back. There are some exceptions to this, like sleeping Goombas, but you can see right here, I'm just running through enemies without stopping my momentum. Yoshi, on the other hand, stops its momentum, but on the other hand can jump very high, or like higher than Nabbit at least. So for the blindfolded speedrun, we use Nabbit here. And you can see the first Wonder Seed now, the first Wonder Flower. In order to progress World 1, we need to collect 14 Wonder Seeds throughout the stages. And we choose to collect the first few ones in the first stages because it's just the easiest. Later stages get much more harder. Here you can see me do some normalization technique. I go to the pipe, do a jump to the right, and then perfectly am positioned under the seed. I will talk a bit more about movement, we will have time for that. But the most important thing is also we want to grab pulls as low as possible for the speedrun, as that saves some time. You can also see I took the freedom to cut out some cutscenes, because this game has quite a lot of cutscenes. I just included all the gameplay in the stages, because otherwise it's just blindfolded mashing the A button, which is not very interesting. So, let's talk a bit more about the movement and the audio cues. Mario Wonder is actually really cool audio design. Here, for example, these note blocks indicate super well where you are. If you hit a wall like a pipe, you hear that the footsteps stop. And for example, there was a 10 purple coin here that's like on the top, but I really and don't know we need to get 100 purple coins throughout this run. So I knew exactly, okay, I hear the music blocks, I hear the pipe. That is exactly where I need to jump to the left a tiny bit to get the coin. Now this is the second stage, there is a big auto-scroller. There was another purple coin up there that I grabbed on top of, it was off screen so you couldn't really see it, but there was one. And then we collect all these tiny ones here. There's really nothing you can do wrong in this section, you just need to keep holding right and jumping a few times. Then you will go through here and get a Wonder Seed for free. In theory, this loses time to do this Wonder Seed because it is an auto-scroller after all. But, as I said in the beginning, since we are blindfolded, we really take any chance to get a free easy star, or like, not star, Wonder Seed. And stage 2 is the prime example for that. Most of the other movement that you can see me do here is just literally hold straight right and jump. Because in most of the cases, especially in the early game, there are not many pits in the stages, because pits is what really is start to get difficult in blindfolded. Pits you need to really route out, that's the only thing really. But in the early stages there are like barely any pits, so you can just keep holding right and jump, and you will most likely jump over most of the obstacles in the course. That will change within probably like the next stage, I would say. So this is course 3, the gimmick of the stage is all these enemies here. We can hear here again the music blocks, and we know as soon as we hear the music blocks, just hold straight right until we hit the enemy, because that's the cue when we need to jump to get the 10 coin. And the same applies here with these pipes. We hear that we push the pipe so we can jump over it. I jumped here over the checkpoint. The checkpoints are actually pretty important sound cues as well. So here I will be a tiny bit lost, but I think I will manage. So here is the Wonder Seed. Again, the same concept. We get hit into the enemy, because we are Nabbit, we don't take damage, and we automatically collect the Wonder Seed. Now here comes an important beat count actually. So we are at the pipe, we count the music. Bum, 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 bum. And you can see me right there jumping right above that pit. So how I routed this out is if you just full jump and then do a like sprinted full jump to the right, it's always 12 beats with the power star music. So that's how I, for example, avoid this pit right there. And this is a common theme in Blindfolded Wonder. We normalize before a pit, start to count something, and then jump over that pit to avoid it. And that is Wonder Seed number 6. Now we go to the badge house. There is lots of cutscenes going on here, so I really took the freedom to cut them all out. I personally am not a big fan of all these cutscenes. I think many speedrunners can agree, but it is what it is. So, easiest stage in the game, you just hold right, and you like this stage is supposed to teach you how to use the badge and how to open your glider, basically, but we don't need that. We actually do not want this badge, but more to that later. First of all, we are in 3D overworld movement right now. This movement here is much easier than you would expect blindfolded, because you can just notch yourself into the controller. For example, here just upright and mash A and you get to the stage. So you can route out where you need to go based off like, okay, I'm in this stage, from here it's to the right and mash A, from here it's down and mash A, etc. So this stage is interesting because we need to do it twice. And you can see me using the hat here. This is by pure accident, and this was really clean movement, all completely RNG. I have to admit, this was absolutely not planned. So here, we hear this thing going to the left, the enemy, and this is where I get confused, because usually I don't have the hat here. I forgot to put the badge off before entering the stage, so it threw off my entire like visual map that I had of the world. So I didn't, and because of that I jumped over one of the speaking flowers that usually indicates that I'm at the right place. You can see the flower right here on the bottom. Usually I wait to listen for that flower and then know that I need to go left here to the Wonder flower. Now this section makes it very easy. We just beat count from obtaining the Wonder flower. It's like 4 beats, and then do a full jump. And these guys are kind enough to just bring us all the way to the goal. And we beat count again, very, like before, if they keep running to the right, they will destroy the flagpole. But we beat count 35 beats on top of them, and then do a full sprinted jump to the right to avoid them destroying the pole and grab it ourselves for 1 Wonder Seed. And now we do the same thing again to grab another secret exit, as well as the actual Wonder Seed of the stage. This is because we need 10 Wonder Seeds to go through the first,
I forgot to take off the hat during
how
the
to
loading
call
zone.
it. Like, there is a stage that only unlocks after you have 10 Wonder Seeds total, and then for the first Bowser world you need 14 Wonder Seeds. So the route that I took, here you can see the flower also, something feels off. And this is the audio cue I know when I need to hold left here to grab the flower much faster. So yeah, we just, the way I routed this out just uses the stage twice, because it's very easy to perform and very fast to perform, and especially the ending here is basically also an autoscroller where you just have to wait. And the good thing is you also collect quite a few of the purple coins. Like, not many, because it's just the tiny fragments, they are like 0.1, but yeah, it's still very good. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the differences between the 2 jumps, because you can see me very often do the twirl jump like right here, instead of the normal jump with the B button. This has a reason. The B button jump is very variable in height. You can tap the B button and do a very short jump. You can full press the B button and get a very high jump. In the middle there are like extremely many variations. So what I use is the spin jump, which always has the same height. So the spin jump is much better suited for blindfolded setups. This stage also very easy. We just beat count from the beginning, jump at beat number 4, and then hit the block, just keep holding right. Easy peasy, Wonder Seed in like a couple of seconds. Definitely want to get this one in the route. Now, this is the 10th Wonder Seed, if I'm not mistaken. There are multiple other route ideas that you could do. For example, there's the stage on the bottom, and there are multiple stages on top of this world as well. But for now, at least, while we don't optimize super much for time, I think doing the auto-scroller stage twice with running enemies is the best choice. Now, the Wiggler race, also very interesting. The Wiggler has incredibly strong rubber banding. For those who don't know what that is if you go fast, Wiggler goes fast. If you go slow, Wiggler will also go slow. So it kind of really does not matter if we get stuck here a lot. But again, prime example of a stage where Nabbit is just so powerful, because we do not lose our momentum if we hit or run through enemies. And this is exactly the problem with Yoshi, for example, or Mario, because they would just die. Now here's the only hard part of that stage, this tree here. I tried to do a little skip, because you can, if you time the ground pound perfectly, you can get enough height to clip onto the top of floor of that tree. But I failed 3 times, and then I just decided to go for a wall kick. Not a big deal. Lost me a tiny bit of time, but yeah. Here, unfortunately, I missed the star, and there will be a second star spawn in just a second, because the star will make you go fast and walk through all the obstacles, which is nice. I also missed the second star, so that's kind of unfortunate. You can see the Wiggler here really being close to me. This race was actually extremely tight. Look at that. Oh, and I win. Very clean. 76 is not a great time, but we take it. So now we have 11 out of 14 seats. We need to do one more stage and go here to this little secret pipe, which leads us to the toad, which gives us 50 purple coins for free, because there is one wonder seed you can buy for 100 purple coins actually.
But we also
and of course this is very fast and easy to do if you just collect coins on the way, which I have kind of routed out that I have exactly 100. As you can see, I have now 97 plus this one stage that should give me exactly 100. Very happy that it worked out so much. Now this stage is interesting. I really love this part here. We do one jump and then wait for the enemy here, do a full jump without sprint, very important, because there are lots of pits, as you can see. And then we wait till we get hit, wait till this guy throws, and then pass everything. Then we count a couple of steps on these singing notes, and I miss the checkpoint. That is the big mistake here. And I die. First death of the run. Very unfortunate.
I think I didn't hit the
because
checkpoint.
Usually I time this whole section with the checkpoint, but I jumped a tiny bit too late from the music blocks, which meant that I will unfortunately mistime the next segment as well. This is a also very general concept in Mario Wonder and 2D Mario games. Like as soon as you lose sight or like track of where you are inside the stage, it's very difficult to get back like to the position. It's hard to do backups in 2D Marios. So here, same setup again. We time all the jumps here to get across these pits, and now start sprinting, and jump earlier, hit the checkpoint.
There we go.
And now, based off of that checkpoint, I hear where I am. I can jump across the next pit. Now here is a very important part. This flower that said "Hey," that was a big mistake of the run, because I am supposed to stay or stand on that pipe where the flower says "Hey," as that unlocks the wonder seed inside that stage. So I did not do that. I accidentally ran past it because I did not hear it. I just literally did not hear it because I was too focused. So I'm missing one wonder seed now. I can go buy the one in the shop.
Did water scan?
Actually, I cannot because I don't have coins.
I just didn't hear the flower, man.
Yeah, that was a big problem. We probably lost a couple of minutes here. So instead, I go to the badge challenge because I routed this with Yoshi. This was in my initial route. And I thought I can just do the same thing with Nabbit. But Nabbit has the shorter jump, so I actually have never done this blindfolded. So this is full on improvisation right now that I do. Quite interesting here. You can see me struggling quite a bit with judging the height of the jump. Because, yeah, Yoshi jumps higher if you keep pressing the button.
Why is this not
but yeah, I've routed this in the past, so I definitely do know the stage layout in my head. I just need to now improvise and figure out how to do the jumps. So here we need to do, the badge gives you the ability to do multiple jumps off of a wall, or like an additional jump rather. So I need to find now these specific blue blocks here, and then here, for example, I listen for the bonk after the full jump. Okay, here the jump was longer, so I know that I'm on the left side of it. Then here I finally get this little skip and fall down again. Very unfortunate. It's just, that happens when you start improvising in blindfolded speedruns. Like, it is very, very difficult to do, but if it works out, then it's really nice. So here I just went from the other side, and of course couldn't judge the distance, how long that platform is. So I go again from the left, because that's my initial strat. And then from here I should jump over this thing. You need a bit of speed, that's the problem here. Same with this jump. Now I got it, now I got it. I heard the coins, so I was not sure if I jumped over this thing or not. But I did not, I hear it now. And then the rest, kind of very clean and flawless. Just jump up here and there is the Wonder Seed. This entire stage, as I said, is usually not in the route. This stage was literally just because I messed up the previous stage and missed that Wonder Seed right there. So now we quickly go to the shop. One optimization that you could do in the future is not doing the overworld movement now, but actually use the fast travel button. I need to implement that in my future runs for sure. And now we have 14 seeds. We can go to the first Bowser stage of the game. Pretty difficult stage as well. Lots of pits that you can fall into. But we have some audio cues that lead us through this stage right here. The first audio cue we list for is coins. So here is a wall, that means full jump over. Another full jump over the pipe. And now listen for the coins. And then we need to do a jump to avoid the pit. Same here. We listen for the 3 coins. And then stop. And here I unfortunately stopped way too late, so I got really lost here. You are supposed to stop right away at the coins, so we are in the middle of these 3 platforms that turn. And I would do that usually with a ground pound, but I missed the ground pound somehow. I missed the ground pound button, so I tried to back it up here, but I wasn't far enough to the right, so I hit the pipe and not... I wanted to do a wall kick off of the left pipe to get up, but unfortunately I didn't hit it, and now I'm getting very lost. The mental picture of this whole stage is getting like distorted. You can see me jumping around. I hear a wall kick to the right. I really don't know where I am, so I just go and repeat the stage one more time. Damn. It's very, very... like... It's very interesting because I've done so many blindfolded speedruns in my life, but I've never really done blindfolded 2D platformers. I've done some, like Wario Land, but they all had normalized movement, or like Metroid games, for example. So this is a very new experience for me, and I am maybe just not really used to it, but I had really troubles memorizing the layout of the stages. Like I could memorize it, but backing up things, like on day 1 at least, there was the ground pound that stops me, and you can see perfectly executed now, jump on top. So memorizing these 2D environments for especially backups is very, very tricky for me still. I need to still improve that skill set of mine. But yeah, the rest of the Bowser stage is kind of easy. There is one more pit that we need to avoid, which is right here. We do now 3 spin jumps, and then we need to do 2 spin jumps, like one here, and then a fast one, jump, jump. And this gets us across these pits, and that's basically it with the stage. Now comes the last checkpoint before we enter the boss fight, which I conveniently jump over because I shouldn't jump there. And this room, I did forget this room 100%. I thought this is the room where the boss fight happens after the stairs. What? I completely forgot that there is these kind of little stair blocks and the pipe. So you can see me really being lost here. I like run all the way to the left. I have no idea why the boss fight does not start.
What is this?
I guess this just happens. With more practice, I would instantly know. So I here just jump to the right.
What
now the next idea that I had is maybe there is a pipe on the top, on the bottom, like on the top of the stage, and I need to jump into it. That did not work.
I don't remember. What is this?
I'm just jumping right on top of that pipe because I have no idea that's there.
There's a pipe.
And then I finally remember there is a pipe. Yeah, of course. And we ended the boss fight.
I thought he got instantly.
Now the boss fight is very random. I am actually sure you could, in theory, route out a consistent way where Bowser Jr. always stops. I don't know if it's RNG or not. Like, I didn't do enough testing. I have to admit, at this point, I really was done with optimizing. I just wanted to finish a run. So you can just see me do short ops until I hit him. It is a random strat, but it works and is efficient, so sometimes you don't need the crazy mathematical formulas to do your strats, honestly. Same with this fight, just hop around until you hit him. And you can see, it worked pretty fast, like it was just a couple of jumps and I hit him. Maybe I was lucky, maybe not. The third one, I actually lapped out a strat. We just wait here until he hits us on the right side with one jump to the right, because he will always walk towards us. So we wait 3 steps and then do a jump after he hits us, and that hits him the first time. And then the same applies for the second time, which is right here. And that is the boss fight. 26 minutes,
time, right?
14 seconds for the Bowser kill.
I don't know when time is.
We don't really know exactly when to stop the time. It's just me and 2 other people right now doing this. So probably we'll decide on collecting the Wonder Seed right here. So the official time is a tiny bit later. But this was World 1 Blindfolded. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.
Time. That would be time. Sorry, I split it a bit early.
Hey, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little wonderful experience. Yeah, Blindfolded Wonder is definitely a thing. I do believe the entire game will probably be possible. I don't know if I want to do it myself or leave it to others, but I had fun with World 1. Was one of the first 2D games that I actually did blindfolded, like 2D platforming. So pretty interesting, I would say. As always, big shoutouts to my patrons, KingReubs, Benlitz, Bob Farrell, Boris, Andrew and ZXMany. Thank you so much for the support. All the other patrons as well. Check it out. And see you next time with more blindfolded speedruns. Bye bye.